Dear students, today we'll see some of the features of CSV file, that is comma separated value files, the way how we can make use some other functionality related to with data frames, the communication which we are learning. So data transferring between CSV files and data frame objects. So data frame is nothing more which is a data structure, two-dimensional array which forms a two-dimensional array, which is an example for Python pandas module, pandas library, one of the type of data structures. Okay, now we'll see, earlier we saw some of the functionalities related to CSV file. One of the function which we used, read underscore CSV function, and that which we used the different arguments so far, like file path, and which we saw along with that names another argument, and which we saw another argument header, and we saw another argument like skip rows, and same manner which we saw one more argument like so index underscore column. So column header which you want to represent for your row index, yes, you can specify by using the argument called index underscore column. So like that, which we saw different arguments, the way how we can make use read underscore CSV function. Now we'll see some other functionalities, the way how we can make use. So let's start with today's session. Today's session, reading specified number of rows from CSV file. So specific amount of rows which you want to read from the CSV file, as you can read out. So reading specified number of rows from CSV file. So giving an argument n rows, argument name is here which you can make use. So n rows equal to n value. So n value is whatever you specify, according to that which you will be able to fetch the number of rows from the CSV file. For example, if you say 3, then you'll be able to extract 3 rows from CSV file to a data frame object. Okay, so giving an argument n rows, argument name equal to n in read underscore CSV function will read the specified number of rows from the CSV file. Example, you can see the example program. First we need to import, whenever we are executing application, pandas module, that is library which we call it as, and we need to create a data frame object equal to, so module name dot, that is alias name which we use here, pd dot read underscore CSV, and the file path where it resides your CSV file, where it resides your CSV file, and then file path followed by one more arguments which we are using names, which means we are going to specify our own arguments. Okay, so our own column label headers which we want to specify, and followed by that, so another one is like n rows equal to 3. So this is what the statement which we created. So which means we are going to fetch 3 rows and we are giving our own column headings, and if you print that, you will get the output such a way that you will get the output such a way that only 3 rows. So using, we will see the CSV file also, what data which it contains exactly. So this is how student data which we fetched. Same way we will see, using n rows argument, you can extract top rows or bottom rows and middle rows too if you use it with head or tail functions. So using n rows argument, you can extract top rows or bottom rows, and also will be able to extract middle rows too if you use it with functions like head or tail functions, which we used with when we learned about series object. So head and tail functions which helps us to extract the series object data. So by default which extracts, if we use head, top 5 rows, if you use the tail function, by default which extracts bottom 5 rows, and if you specify the argument for head and tail functions n value, whatever you specify, according to that which we used to fetch number of rows. So that is what which we learned when we learned the concept series data structures one dimensional array form. Same way here in data frame also, which you can use head and tail functions, and also you can extract with the help of head and tail middle rows also within the object. So now first we will see this particular example, the student1.csv file. We will just open that first. Now here which we want to read the data specific number of rows from CSV file. That is what our example, specific number of rows. Okay, so now we are creating that student1.csv file where only student details which you want to represent within your CSV file. So we have typed the data. Always once you open a notepad, and you can type the data with by using separator called comma, by default separator which we make use within CSV file. And once you type the data, into your CSV file, okay, notepad, and you make it that data into CSV file format, go to file, save as, choose the location and give the file name dot CSV extension and save as type. You just click all files. Okay, so once you do that, then save the file. So here already I created already the file. That's why which asks me, do you want to replace it text? So if you are creating first time, it will not ask you. It will save the file CSV format. Okay, so once you create that, then you can execute this particular application. You can execute this particular application. So we'll see that one by one we can execute. Now we'll see another example. Consider the employee.csv, another example which you want to read the employee. Consider the employee.csv file used in uh, earlier example which we learned CSV concept. Write a program to read the records from this file in data frame and print the middle row stored in the CSV file. So first you just consider the employee CSV file, what information which contains. So that is what here application, you can see imported module and created a object for data frame object to check that particular data frame object employee CSV file into data frame object which we are fetching. Yes, we have the data. From this data we want to fetch middle row of this particular data, middle row of this particular data. When you have few records, which is very easy to extract that middle row. Okay, so what happens here, which you can see such a way that, so data frame object which we are creating to extract the middle rows, first what we are doing, so number of rows which we want to extract. Yes, first we are extracting the number of rows and then print that object. So this total number of rows, when you look at this particular data frame, you can see 5 records, and from that which you want to extract the 3 records. So which extracts 3 records from the data frame object. Then you can see that 3 records according to the statement which you have written in a program. Then print middle row of employee.csv file is which you can make use. So object name dot tail of 1. So here when you extract this particular 3 rows from the CSV for the data frame object which you stored, when you apply the tail of 1, which means this bottom row. So after this statement, immediately when you execute this object name followed by tail function of 1, so that becomes this bottom row. So this bottom row is nothing but which is in data frame middle row, which you can look at the actual data of your object. So that is middle row. Okay. So that is so which you can make use such a way that to extract that you can see. And even we applied the head function which will extract the first rows, and same way when you apply the tail function which will extract the uh, bottom rows. Then if you specify the specific number, when you specify the specific number according to that which will extract, same way when you specify tail function also specific number, according to that which you will be able to extract the data, which will be able to extract the data. Okay. Now, so reading from CSV files having separator different from comma, like so far which we used comma separator to read the data from CSV file. Same way which you can specify some other special characters also to separate the data CSV file, to separate the CSV file data. So how you can do that? You can see some CSV files are so created that their separator character is different from comma, such as a semicolon or a pipe symbol, etc. at the rate. So like that, which it might be some different special characters which may be used. Then how you can able to read the data from CSV file? So that is what. Okay, yes, we will be able to read that. To read data from such CSV files, you need to specify an additional argument. So if you want to read that kind of information, then yes, you can able to read the data from CSV files, but argument which you need to specify one more. The argument is called SCP. So which we learned in basics of like the way print statement, the data which you want to separate output result. So here same that attribute of function which you can make use here. So whichever you specify on that separator, whatever it supports different kinds of separators, and you will be able to extract. If you skip this argument, then default separator character is comma is considered. So if you are not using separator attribute for your read underscore CSV function, by default which reads CSV file content is having comma separator, comma separator. So if it is not comma separator, you won't use this attribute, then you won't be able to read the data. So then if you want to read that, then you must use the separator argument for your read underscore CSV file. Now let's see such a way that, so import pandas as PD example which you can see, and we are creating the object. You can see file path followed by separator argument semicolon this time, and names equal to which it specified such a way that then print the object. Yes, you can print the object, then you will get the data accordingly. You will get the data accordingly. Same way, another example, write a program to read from a sport.csv file where the separator is a tab character, where the separator is a tab character. Tab character in the sense tab space between the values. Okay, so then for that we can use data frame object which you create after importing the pandas module read underscore CSV function. First argument is file path, and second argument which we use here SCP separator within the quotation. You can see now earlier which we saw semicolon, now slash t which is nothing but tab space. Then if you execute that, then you will be able to read the data from CSV file. Same way, you can say that complete read underscore CSV function syntax. So for which we learned earlier classes and current class, different arguments which we come to know the way how we can make use to read the CSV file information into data frame object, the way how we are transferring by using the function. So different arguments which uses read underscore CSV function, that is file path, one of the argument basic, it is the mandatory argument which you can say, and separator is optional. So by default comma separator which treats, if you won't specify this argument, separator character value like semicolon, pipe symbol, tab space, at the rate symbol. Okay, so like that different special characters which you can make use to create your CSV file to separate the values. And another one is names argument. If you want to specify your own column headings, yes, you can make use the names argument. And index underscore column, where you want to specify column as a index for your data. Yes, you can specify that argument is index underscore col, that is column, equal to value is column name. And another one is like header argument. This header argument, when you don't want to use either CSV file column headers or your own column headers, then you can specify header equal to none. So which treats like default column headers, that is numpy array values 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Same way, suppose if you want to skip the number of rows from your CSV file, so whichever rows which you want to skip out, some of the rows from your CSV file, as you can make use the skip rows, and the value which you specify, and which will be skipped the rows from top to bottom, from starting with top row which will be skipped the rows. Same way, if you want to extract some specific rows of information from your CSV file, for that which we use n rows equal to value. So whatever value you specify, by default which will extract from top row onwards, top row onwards. So along with this, which you can make use, there is another function like that which we call it as head and tail functions, which you can extract the data from your CSV file from only top rows or only bottom rows, or based on the specification of number which you want to extract, as you will be able to extract the data from your CSV file. Now we'll see, so how we can make use this with the help of practical examples, one by one examples which you will see. We'll be proceeding with practical import pandas as pd once modules loads, then you can create the data frame object by using the function read underscore csv. Yes, read underscore csv file path, and csv file which we are making use of here, student1.csv, that is what which we saw the data which it contains. Among that which you want to extract the data, again we will see that particular student1 dot. Yes, this is the data which contains student1.csv file which we created. Now from this we want to extract the number of rows 3, first 3 rows which will be extracted. You can see first 3 students data will be extracted. In our CSV file we didn't specify any column header, and that's why which we used argument names which we want to specify our own column headers. Now on this information you will be able to see, once you execute the object, only this information as an output. This data will be extracted and it will be stored into the data frame object. Okay, so let's execute this. 1 second. End of line error. Yeah, there was a mistake, which you can see string literal, which we used here double quote, and here which we use single quote. So that's why you must careful which you are using. That's the error. So now you can execute. Yes, object. You can see only first 3 rows of your. You can see only first 3 rows which are extracted. Clearly you can see roll number, name, surname, name, which we specified column headings by using names argument, and the data which we are extracting first 3 rows. Suppose if you specify 5, then you will get the complete data of your object. So now on this, if you specify 5, instead of 3, if you specify the 5 records which you will get as an output. You can see the CSV file which it contains complete information, complete data which you got as an output now. Number of rows equal to the value, n value, whichever you specify, according to that which will get. Okay. Now we know how to extract number of rows. From this, we will be proceeding with the way how we can make use another kind of opportunity, that is head and tail functions, the way how we can make use. Same example you can pass, then we will see the employee example. You just apply directly. So if you want to extract first few rows, okay, so object name dot head function, default values which will extract. Same way, object name dot tail function, which will extract by default, like first 5 rows for head function, last 5 rows for tail function. But in this particular example, total records only 5 student data which we stored in CSV file. That's what which we stored in data frame object. And here you will not see difference. You can add 5 more records in our file. Then you can apply head and tail functions which will extract head top 5 rows and tail bottom 5 rows. From this, if you want to specify based on the specific number, then you will understand that head of, for example, 2. Only top 2 rows will be extract. Sorry, object name which we made a mistake. Head of 2. You will see only top 2 rows. Okay. Same way, if you apply tail function with number 2, bottom 2 rows will be extract. You can see bottom 2 rows of your data frame object. So like that which you can make use head and tail function, and middle value when you have few rows, that which will be able to extract such a way that the data which you want to do. So first we will proceed with another example, then we will do same that middle row data which you want to access with the help of head and tail functions. So let's see, and n rows which we use another way to extract the rows. Another example we are proceeding with, that is employee. So now we'll see employee CSV file. So earlier examples which we studied, earlier classes which we created the employee CSV, same thing which we make use here to execute the concept to access number of rows and middle value. Let's see employee CSV file. So already we know the way how to create CSV file, but still again open a notepad and type the data which you want it. Yes, you can type it. Then data which you can see, whatever employees details which you want to mention, yes, you can type it. Finally, you can go to file menu, save as, give the file name dot csv, then save as type, click all files, then click save. Okay. Now we know the CSV file, the data which it contains. Now we'll execute the data frame object. So there are 5 rows in employee table. Now we want to execute that. Print the object, what data it contains. Number of rows 3 which we are extracting. From this, when you apply object name dot tail of 1, this is the middle row of your data object. This is the middle row of your data object which you can see. So this is the complete information. So here we extracted only this specific rows 3. So now we'll just get back with complete data frame object which it contains, which we saw in CSV file. Same thing we will see below that, complete information of the object. Yes. This is the actual object which is holding the information. Among this which we extracted 3 rows, that is what this statement, n rows equal to 3. Then we got the only 3 rows from CSV file, the data, and then which we applied the tail function, tail of 1, which means bottom row. Bottom row. That bottom row becomes the middle row of your data frame object. Middle row which you can see, middle row of your data frame object. Middle row of your data frame object. That is way when you have very few records within your CSV file, then you will be able to apply that middle rows accessing of concept. Or else, which you can specify such a way that number of rows, when you have the total number of rows idea, then you can specify extracting those number of rows which you want to extract, and then you can apply a tail or head function according to that, then you can extract the middle row. Okay, from that specific number of rows, with the help of that, then you will be able to extract your entire file middle row, the way how you can make use with the help of number of rows along with head and tail function. Now we can use here head and tail function earlier which we used. Okay, so object is containing 5 records. We will add one more record so that you will understand that default how many rows which will extract. One more we are loading, 1006 comma employee name. Okay, now we added one more row. Now save it your CSV file and come back, then execute your data frame object. Let's see, only 5 because we didn't executed the data frame object. Again you need to execute the data frame object to get back entire information of your object. Now print the object. Yes. So even though you updated your CSV file, when you execute continuation of that, which will not be updated. So again you need to create your data frame object such a way that you need to make use the read underscore CSV file. Then you will be able to extract the data. Then you will be able to extract the data. Now we'll see. This is how current updated data with CSV file which we have. Okay. Now you can apply the object here. You can see only 5 rows. The data frame object which contains total 6 rows, you can see clearly, other than the column headings, the actual employees data, there are 6 employees data which is available. The moment when you execute head, okay, attribute of this particular data frame object, then you will see only 5 rows which are extracted from that. Only 5 rows, top 5 rows. Okay. Same way, when you apply the object dot tail default, okay, bottom 5 rows you will get as an output. You can see the difference here. Top row is missed, only bottom 5 rows which you will see as an output in this case. Okay. So actually 6 rows which is having, and we applied the tail function which will extract the bottom 5. Which will extract bottom 5. Same way you can specify head and tail number. Object name dot head of 2. Same way you can specify the tail function also, number of rows from bottom. Okay, such a way that you will be able to make use. Now we come to know the way how we can make use n rows and head and tail functions. Now we'll be proceeding with another concept which we learned, that is another separator, how we can make use. Yes, another example which you want to create, that is different CSV file example which we are taking here, and we want to make use the different separator. So like sports related one which we use here. So match.csv, there are matches which helps different teams and status, and that information you will see the CSV file. Okay, so one more notepad, take it and type the data, and you can specify that country names and as well as status. So related to sports which we create here CSV file. Yes, once you create, you can save it to your file such a way that, yes, you can save, then you can come back and you can write a data frame object, create the data frame object. Okay, and you specify along with file path argument, that is a separator semicolon. Okay, semicolon. So you can just look at the your CSV file which it contains separator. So earlier so far whichever we learned, which we used to use comma, now which we specified the semicolon between the values. You can see semicolon. Now we separated the values with the help of separator called semicolon. You can see all the rows, all the values which are separated with semicolon. So other than comma, whichever you specify within your CSV file, then you must specify separator argument of your read underscore CSV file. Then you will be able to read the data. Okay, execute the object, print the object. You can see same we extract the data from CSV file, match.csv file, and this is the data which it contains. Now we stored that data into data frame object. Country 1 status, country 2 the names which we used, column labels, column headers. So Denmark beat Peru, Mexico beat Germany, Australia draw Denmark, Australia Denmark match got draw, like that, which you can specify information within your CSV file. Same way we'll proceed with another one. So another separator, okay, which you want to make use, that is sport, another one, sport CSV file. Yes, we'll open that. Already I created when I worked with examples. Sport. So in sports file which we use here, tab space. Okay, first value tab space, second value tab space, third value. Same way, next row, value tab space, between the values tab space. Okay, when you write such a way that CSV file, then you need to make use the separator /t separator, import the module, create the data frame object, yes, /t, which you can specify. Now execute this statement, which will read the data from CSV file. Execute, print the object. You can see clearly the data which it contains. Okay, same way you can make changes on your CSV file. So now tab space, which you want to make it as pipe symbol. Okay, pipe symbol, this which we call it as. So each value is separated with pipe symbol. Save your CSV file because we made a changes. Then you need to update here your object creation, instead of /t, okay, which we use the symbol called pipe symbol. Now execute it, print the object. Yes, you are able to read the data. You are able to read the data. Same way, you can update with another special character, example like @ symbol. @ symbol, which we use now. The separator is @. Save it again. Now change your object name. Object name, change it, instead of that use the @ symbol. Execute it, print the object. Next. See, we use /t, default is comma, then we use the tab space, then we use the pipe symbol, then we use the @ symbol. Like this, different arguments which it uses, separator. So other than comma, whichever it is having CSV file separator character, then you must make use read_CSV file separator argument. Then only you will be able to read the data from your CSV file. Read the data from your CSV file. Okay. Now we come to know the way how we can make use different examples. Yes, you can see clearly all the arguments which we applied so far. Read_CSV file, the way how we can make use. Yes, we come to know this. Now another class which we will see, to_CSV, data frame data writing into CSV file. That concept we will see another class. So thank you. We'll continue with next session.